Namaskar, welcome to fortune telling training. In this video, we are first introducing a Nadi in nutshell so that even the new entrants for the Nadi can also understand the basic rules of the Nadi. And then Amshadipa Graha Yoga, that is, we are taking some principle, that is at least one principle from the Nadi Grantha, that is especially Deva Keralam, and then using one of the principles for combination to derive at the major orientation of a person. First we'll talk about Nadi in nutshell. The Nadi, unlike traditional astrology, where many matters of the life are compartmentalized into 12 divisions, that is 12 houses. But here, whatever the content of the house, and each content is again attributed to particular planet, and that particular matter is called Karaka of that particular planet. So in all the 12 houses, almost all the 9 planets will have some role or the other. In many bhavas, a few planets may not have any signification, but in almost all the bhavas, most of the planets will have their signification. So the fundamental principle of Nadi is to find out a particular planet and then take those Karakatvas so that all that matters distributed in the 12 houses are analyzed in one stroke by the Karaka. That is the principle of Nadi astrology, which is not at all deviated from the fundamentals of Nadi, the fundamentals of any astrology. Because in every classical text, there is an analysis process from the Karaka. So that particular portion is enlightened, established, and expanded by a great Sri R.G. Rao. That is why it is called Rao'S system of Nadi astrology. That is one of the reasons, because it is from the matters connected with the bhavas being analyzed through a Karaka with the influence of other Karaka. That is, in traditional astrology, the influence of the planets are based upon their nature. Here, the influence based upon their not only nature but their signification, their Karaka also. So, parallelly, we are doing many things in Nadi astrology. It is not a different astrology, it is the same astrology, same traditional astrology. A portion of it is expanded, exploded for a more detailed analysis, right? More detailed analysis of a particular Karaka or Karaka of the planet. So, now what we do here to analyze particular things, we need to have what is that we need to assess is the more important thing. So select the matter of life to study. There you are selecting a bhava, here we are selecting a particular planet for education, profession, marriage, etc. Whatever it is, we select a particular planet. These Karakatvas, if you go through the videos, which is there in the site, you can understand the fundamentals of the Karakatvas, right? Then now after selecting the Karaka, select the relevant Karaka planet, position in the birth chart, where he is sitting. That is more important. Suppose you selected marriage for Venus you have selected, education, Mercury you have selected. That where he is sitting, that sign is the most important. First thing, sign. First influence on the Karaka of particular matter which you are analyzing is forming, it's a platform for that particular Karaka which you have selected. For Mercury, for example, if we are selected Mercury as education, if he is sitting in The Aries, that is the influence of Aries, that is the lord of the sign Aries, the positive Mars is influencing this particular. He is providing shelter to the Mars. That means the Mercury has an obligation towards the Mars. There is a link for the Mars and Mercury. There is one part. Similarly, write the Karaka planet, and then there will be other planets sitting with it. In Aries, suppose if you have got Jupiter there, some other planet is there. You write down that planet also. That is, first is Mercury, Mercury planet sign planet. Sign and the sign planet. Sign has got gunas. Fiery planet is there. It's a chara, and it has got it is a government sign. So many things. You write down all those things. Then put the planet there, whichever planet is sitting with it. There is a simple change, that is, planet may be behind, degree wise behind the planet, or it can be in front of the planet. First, for the time being, you take planet sitting with that first. So only thing is the behind planet is an influence, and the second planet, that is subsequently, if it is placed subsequently, it is an intention of doing it. So therefore, you put the planet, then write the planets in trine to the Karaka planet. From that trine means 159. From that particular planet, whichever you have selected, from there 159, many planets is there, you put them according to degrees. Note the planets in second to Karaka, that is now in the second sign to Karaka, or its trine. Second sign and its trine is 6 and 10. That you have to note down. Note the planets in 12th house. Then its trine, 4 and 8. Note the planets in 7th and its trine, 311. So that means you have completed all the houses, that is all the signs, and then you have taken the planets there. If there is no planet, simply put a dash. Also add signs are like this. Suppose if is where Mercury is sitting, if it can be his own sign, then then additional plus one you write it. That is plus, that is additional qualification for the sign. And if it is a Jupiter sign, right? If it is Jupiter sign, then anyway sign lord you are taking it. But if it is in the exalted sign of Jupiter, then a plus, that is, though it is in Cancer, it is exalted sign. Then put again Jupiter. That is Jupiter also you put it on the plus mark and mark Jupiter. And if it is debilitated sign, there also you put minus Jupiter. You put it there, right? Similarly, if he is in the own sign, you have to put plus additional Mercury. And if he is retro, then he must be reaching to previous sign. If he is reaching to previous sign, take that sign also into account. And if it is exchanged with some planet, then put that sign also into account. These signs, Lord, will add up as Amsha Suchaka, that is an additional qualification to the planet which you have selected, right? And it is indicated that part indicators, that particular part, whichever you have selected for that Mercury, for that education, these are the additional parts which are influencing, right? Mixed study of signification of these combination is Nadi Yoga. When you combine all these things and logically interpret, then you will get about the education, or if it is marriage, about the marriage, and if it is Saturn, it is about the work. You will get a lot of information about this in the birth chart. That is called yoga. Whenever these results will be triggered when there is transit of planets is going on. Whenever transit goes on. Who will be experiencing these factors during the transit period? That is especially, Jupiter is the Jiva Karaka. By his own efforts, he will be experiencing it. Saturn is the Karma Karaka. Because of the due to past deeds, he will be experiencing all these things. And where Rahu is there as a modifier, and Ketu is also a modifier. And these planets will indicate what are the obstructions or what are the extended results, whether good or bad, it will be indicating. You can also go for smaller timing, other planets also transit will be taken into consideration. That is an advanced course, we will not bother about it now. Now, this is the simple method of Nadi system, which is being taught, which is being proclaimed. But only thing is, the eighth point is more important here, because that is not being understood properly. And not only that, whenever you are seeing a chart, at that particular moment you have to have a chart that is called present day chart. That is a chart not for the native, it is for you. It is an indication for you what to tell and what not to tell. That chart, when you're studying a birth chart, on today's chart is your capabilities and your drawbacks in it, and it also indicates what sort of a mood you are in, whether to go for the study or not to study, and if at all is there any indication whatever is not understood in the birth chart, that clarity will also be given. It is like a guru. Any chart, even if it is classical chart, if you are analyzing, today's chart is a guide. It's a pratyaksha guru for you at that particular moment. You should give more respect for it. That will be guiding you. So without that, simply it is impossible to study a chart, right? Because very simple reason is whether it is Nadi or whether it is traditional astrology, Lagna stays 1 2 hours in a sign, and in Nadi, it we are not considering Lagna, but as a matter of, it's most important to consider Lagna because it is Dainandana Ravi. That portion is a different thing. It is the most secret part of the Nadi astrology, which is not being exposed. Right now, so therefore, that chart is more important. When you study these yogas, and then if you take the transit afterwards, when you take a transit of the planet, that will be indicating the timing of the events. So now the ninth planet, which is the research point which I am talking about here, is Grahanam Amshaka Balam. That is, he says, uh, Grahas will indicate their strength through the Amsha. There are 16 Shodasha Vargas in classical astrology, and in that we cannot go for all these amshas, but there is a method of going all these things. But here we are taking only one amsha, bhagya amsha, because which is attentively used in Nadi variations, and some of the great works like Deva Keralam will have many indications about the Navamsha. So what I have done is I have taken that particular portion, giving importance to that Navamsha, then I take the Karaka planet, then see his Navamsha position and take that Lord, that sign Lord. And the sign signification also we can take taken, that is Guna. But you take sign Lord. And then consider him as a association, Sambandha. That is called Satwa prabhava, the basic what you call it is basic prompting from the previous experience of the birth. That is Bhagyamsha. So what is that? Whether Bhagya, in that Bhagya, whether it is negative or positive, that influence on the particular Karaka will be influenced there. That is Sattva Prabhava, that secrets will be revealed. This can also be used in determining remedies. So once you know if there is any negative influence, how that remedy has to be done for the planet is also known. Now, basing on this principle, we will go for analysis of the chart. I am taking a chart here, right? Okay. This is the chart, right? This is the birth chart. Okay. So, because I am not talking about the advanced Nadi, I am talking only fundamentals of Nadi. Therefore, I am taking only Karaka. Now, let us start with the Karma. Saturn is Karma Karaka. He is in 12 degree 16 minutes. In Navamsha, it is in Chandramsha, right? That is, you know how to calculate Navamsha. I given degrees only for that purpose, right? Because he is in Cancer, it starts from the Cancer only. Sorry, he is in Simhamsha. He is in Simhamsha. So he is in Simha. From there, that is Simha means you should calculate from the Aries, right? Aries means 12 degrees 16 minutes means up to three signs is 10 degrees. Balance 2 degrees 16 falls in the Cancer. right? Therefore, he is in Chandramsha. Chandramsha Karaka. That's Saturn plus Moon. Now it has become Saturn. That is, Saturn has become Saturn plus Moon. That is, basically, it is connected to the Moon. That is Laghu Chitta Karma. That is basically, Laghu means short karmas. Short karmas, Laghu Chitta Karma. That is, mind has got fickleness is there. Therefore, changing is there. Laghu Chitta Karma. That is the fundamental. Laghu Chitta Karma. That is normally short periods of working will be there. It keeps on changing the work. And then Moon is there. Saturn is there. Moon Saturn is normally worry, ill health, delay, and constant. It's a constant factor. So health is right from the birth. It was a problem, definitely. Delay things, everything, education delayed, work delayed, everything is delayed. That is also there. So that is the fundamental influence of that basic nature. Sattva prabhava. That sattva prabhava is there. Now, let's come to Jiva Karaka. Jiva Karaka 20 degrees 37 minutes, 20 degrees 37 minutes in Sagittarius. Then it comes to Bhogamsha. It comes to Tula. Tulamsha. Jupiter and Venus. That is Jupiter and Venus. Jivecha Bhogakala. Jivecha, Jiva Icha. That is what he is in, what he desires is Bhoga. Orientation and recreation and joy is a process. That's exactly. I was liking films. I was liking arts. I was liking. Yes, I have. I was. I like pleasures, joy. That was there. Next is destiny makers. The simple reason is what are the destiny makers? Destiny makers only three. There are only three destiny makers. Nobody else. Venus is bhoga. Anything pleasure, all pleasures. Every pleasure is Venus. Every comfort is Venus. Every luxury is Venus. Right. Mercury buddhi. Next is more importantly intelligent. Every person, no person likes to be called as stupid. Even if you scold something else, he may not get angry. But if you say you are stupid, then you will get angry. That is Mercury. Then Sun. Sun is name and pain. Who doesn't want it? Everybody, including plants, including animals. They need patting. That is more important. Same human being also. So now let's say Venus. Venus is in 939 in Sagittarius. In Navamsha, it is in Buddhyamsha. He has gone to Mithuna. Mithuna's Buddhyamsha. Right? Venus plus Mercury. Vidya Panditya, expertise, friendship, and affairs, routine throughout life. This was there. Then Mercury is in 2025 in Capricorn. Right? He is in Chandramsha. Mercury and Moon, Chapalya, Buddhi Sambandha, changes, fickle, variety, mind related knowledge, I'm specifying it, psychology, astrology, all the mind related, then multiple associations, lots of friends, is the nature of Buddhi that is also established. Now, Sun, Adhyatma, is basically a spiritual planet compared to a spiritual planet. Then Kirti, that is name and fame, Rajya. Rajya means it doesn't mean that it should be kingdom. Rajya means it's a question of pride and prestige, right? That is, he wants to be recognized. Whether he may be ordinary class, but he's bothered about his position. There are people who act very smartly even in sitting that they want to command. So that sort of thing is there. Then this is the three destiny. Apart from there is no destiny, right? Even if it is spiritual destiny, also these three has to participate. These three has to participate. Venus is Ananda, Mercury is Jnana, Sun is Atma. Then you have to simply shift those things and then get all these things. Now, in this, let us see in this chart. Venus is in Sagittarius. Venus is in the Amsha Buddhyamsha. Therefore, Venus Mercury, Vidya, Panditya, expertise, friendship, routine throughout life. Mercury is in Chandramsha, Chapalya, Buddhi, Sambandha. So, changes, fickle, variety, mind related, all these things is the nature of the Buddhi. Sun, Adhyatma, Kirti, Rajya, Saturn Makara, Amsha, therefore Sun Saturn, established works in life. So whatever, wherever he works, he needs name. He will get the name. Destiny modifiers or breakers. Now here, there are, what is destiny modifiers? What do you mean by modifier? When the moon, the product of the moon, Rahu, which is always towards materialistic side or research side, or thinking of science, evolution, and all those things. So he is totally eccentric, right? So what happens? Then similarly, Ketu. Ketu is what? Ketu is unworldly, rejection, spiritual matters. So what happens? One Rahu, too much of modifier, that is modifies. He modifies and he may also give trouble because of his vakri nature, apasadhya. He is moving in the other. So there are many uh, unwanted things also coming from Rahu. And it's dangerous to life. And there are many things, that is accidents, and then false prestige, false hopes, all those things will be there. Ketu is there, that is Udasina. What is Udasina? Udasina, negligence or unworldly rejection. Uh, Sangavarjita, that is not associated, it isn't unworldly, not associated with these people. Spirituality, and more, and he is also spiritual. Not every time he is spiritual. He is a sadistic, but sometimes he is spiritual. He is in Jivamsha. That is, he is in Dhanush, in Amsha, Dhanush Amsha. That means Jupiter. Ketu Jupiter. Now Jiva Karaka plus Moksha Karaka, this unworldly, spiritual, and rejections, in inherent divine qualities are there. Okay. Now Moon, the basic modifier, always modifies. For everybody, Moon will be modifying. He will never stick to same thing, because I have earlier told many things. Moon will act like all other planets. Therefore, he is change. He is in Bhogamsha, that is Venus Amsha, Kalamsha, Kala Anubhava, that is Moon is Anubhava, Kala Anubhava, basically art oriented. Yes, definitely. I was participating in dramas. I did my TV shows also earlier. I used to write dramas. Many things are there. Okay. Then Mars, Shakti, Shaurya, Aham, Chinta, strong dare, ego, worry, all these things are there. In Bhogananda, in Bhogamsha, Bhogananda, pleasures, Mars and Venus, despite material pleasures, yes, material pleasures were there. Worry and tensions, constant factor. Worry and tensions were the constant factor. So, similarly, when you say Mars, that is Buddhyamsha, Rahu Apasavya, Mercury, Apasavya Buddhi Shodha, Apasavya Buddhi Shodha. That is, if you take a matter, I go deep into it, I go in a different way, unconventionally, I will try to understand. So often this sort of things will happen. That's why the research orientation in astrology has come because of this combination. This is because of this Satwa prabhava. Then Ketu, inherently divine oriented, it's there already. So this is how the, when you see Sattva Prabhava, you will understand which side of the orientation is very strong, how you will be going through it. Beside this, then other combinations the chart has to be taken, that will be surfacing in many ways. There will be a lot of, these are fundamental orientations. So this will come automatically there. But beside that, on and off, difficulties will be coming, changes will be coming, all these things coming, that the birth chart will tell you. So this is how this session of Nadi is introduced here. I will be introducing Nadi regularly in this channel only, continuously, so that it can be easy for others to understand. Thank you.